Yes, good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing? How's your preparation going on? Good? Are you confident of clearing prelims? Really? Okay. So you have to go with this confidence only every single day. Till May 26th, you have to have this confidence of clearing prelims, but you should not have overconfidence if you score high in your mock test, and you should not have underconfidence if you score low in your mock test, because whatever you're doing today till May 25th, it is for May 26th. So everything is a learning process, be it a small statement, be it a small word, keep on learning, everything will add up and everything will help you inside the examination hall on May 26th. Clear? So one thing which you should do and one thing which you usually tend to ignore is your health. And summer is on the way. Summer is arriving very, very quickly. So stay hydrated and you have to take care of yourself. Don't forget to take proper food. Don't forget to drink water. Even this is part of preparation. Okay, preparation is not just about opening your books and studying or watching some videos. Preparation is also about your health. Why? Because your health is directly proportional to your preparation. Okay, be it your physical health or mental health. You will be facing many aspects in your day-to-day life with your family, even with your relationships, right? But still, put everything aside. All these are temporary. Just think that all these are temporary, but your result is permanent. So work for that permanent aspect. Yes? Yeah. So, yes, thank you, Charan. Yeah. Good afternoon, Sakshi. Yeah. So, the most fearful aspect of UPSC prelims, CSAT. See, I know many students who keep on going to different institutes to attend the same subject of CSAT classes. True? Yes. And all of you are forgetting that CSAT is just a qualifying paper. And my way of dealing with CSAT will be in such a way that how you are going to be with presence of mind in those 2 hours of your CSAT examination. Okay, because there are students, there are aspirants who are IITians, who are very good at maths, but still they are not able to clear CSAT. Why? Because even though they know how to apply the formulas, or even though they know how to arrive at the solutions logically, they are not able to do it inside the exam hall in those 2 hours. In our CSAT classes, we are going to do this practice also of simulating the 2-hour exam environment. All of you have seen, right? All of you have seen the flyer of CSAT. We are going to have 2 hours. 2 hours from Monday to Friday. 2 hours of CSAT classes from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The same timing of CSAT exam. So in those 2 hours, I'm going to grill you. I'm going to grill you and I'm going to make you ready for May 26th, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Okay. Now, in my classes of CSAT, you are going to have a different perspective of CSAT, which you might have never seen before or in any other class. I'm telling this with 100% confidence. I'm not overconfident. I'm not underconfident. I'm 100% confident that my classes are going to be in such a way that you are going to see CSAT in an entirely different view. Okay, and it's going to be very, very easy for you. It's not going to be something like stressful preparation of CSAT and every day have to sit for 2 to 3 hours of CSAT. No. In fact, I have made many students clear CSAT with just... Can anybody tell me what is this 40? What is my continuation of this number 40? I have made many students clear CSAT with just 40 what? 40 questions, 40 attempts. Online students, what do you think is my continuation for this 40? Finishing the paper in 40 minutes. Sakshi says 40 questions. 40 minutes class. Yes. With just 40 minutes class, one single class of 40 minutes, I have made many students clear CSAT. They have texted me personally that they have cleared CSAT with this. I think some of them are still in the class now, online class now. Okay, so just whatever you have regarding CSAT in your mind, just leave it. Just leave it. Because we are going to have a different perspective of CSAT. Okay, yeah. So putting my discussion aside, I want to know from you all, what do you think of CSAT? And why do you fear CSAT? Yes, one answer from each student, online as well as offline. Why do you think you fear CSAT?
Pattern every year change.
Pattern change. Okay, let us write it here only. Pattern change. Next. Maths. Next.
Complexity increases.
Huh?
Maths problem complexity.
Okay, complex problems, complexity. So recently also there has been an issue that they are going beyond class 10. Yes. Lengthy passages. Okay. Then online students, why do you fear CSAT? Time management. Yes, that is the major thing which all of you are forgetting. Then repeated failures. Yes, that is one more thing. Repeated failures also make you feel underconfident even before you enter the exam hall. True. The paper may be easy, but even before you enter the exam hall, you have this fear in mind that I have failed in my previous attempt, so I may fail this attempt too. Yes, next. Last year seemed more like CAT exam. Okay. Comprehension, okay. Hype in the market. Yes, hype in the market. True. CSAT, 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 CSAT. Like how Narayana and Chaitanya come up with okati, right? Hype in the market. Then time management. Yes, Harika. Yes. So obviously, fear of CSAT, underconfident in CSAT that you may not be able to do it. Underconfident if you belong to a science background, right? Underconfident of managing time. Underconfident if you haven't prepared any specific formulae. Overconfident if you are good at maths. Overconfident that CSAT is a qualifying paper. True? And any other overconfidence aspects? Overconfident that you have put in 6 months of preparation every day for CSAT. People are doing it, right? I know many students have started their CSAT preparation from the month of November. 3 hours per day from November for CSAT. Can you all believe this? Yes, any other reasons? Shall I tell you the main reason of failing to clear CSAT despite all your efforts? The time of the exam. How many of you agree with me? True? So yes, the exam is conducted by UPSC, so it has to change the pattern every year. It can't come up with a unique pattern all the years. Then maths, yes. Complexity, obviously, it has to make the student feel complex. Then only it is UPSC. Or else why will it be called as UPSC? Then lengthy paragraphs, definitely. It has to give lengthy paragraphs to make you feel torturous inside the exam hall. And it is going to pick those students who is going to deal with the passages in a very calm mind, composed mind. Then time management, definitely. And when you say time management, don't you think it is 2 hours duration for all the students appearing for the exam? So when the issue is time management, where the issue is exactly lying? Is it with the exam process? Is it with the paper? Or is it with you? And why that problem is arising? Because of the time. 2:30 to 4:30 is that time which you usually feel sleepy, which you usually feel drowsy after having lunch. That is one aspect. The next aspect regarding time is, you have done your paper 1 in the morning, and then the thoughts of paper 1 will keep on coming up in your mind. Will I clear GS1? Do I really need to give prelims CSAT paper now? I think I won't clear paper 1, so I'll take this lightly. So that fear of failing in GS1, you're carrying it inside the GS2 CSAT paper inside the exam hall. So as I told you before, even before you enter the exam hall, you are preparing yourself to fail in CSAT. So CSAT is Civil Services Aptitude Test, but according to me, it is a test of your mental status inside the exam hall for those 2-hour period. Because you have already undergone a stress in the morning, How are you going to handle the stress in the afternoon? That is what UPSC is trying to check. And UPSC is succeeding in eliminating the students who are taking this as more stress in the afternoon. But UPSC is doing a good thing by giving some gifts to you all in the form of qualifying paper, which all of you are failing to see. What is the qualifying marks for CSAT? And what is the full marks for CSAT? If the same marks are made for GS1, how will you be? If 66 is the qualifying mark for GS1, what will you do? Won't you choose the topics? Won't you prepare only specific subjects? Why can't you do the same thing for CSAT? You have 80 questions in CSAT and you need not get all the 80 questions correct. You choose the questions. You choose which question to answer in these 80. What is the minimum number of questions you have to answer to clear CSAT?
28.
Sure? Online students, please, I want my classes to be interactive in nature. What is the number of questions which you should answer in CSAT so that you can comfortably clear CSAT? 35 plus, including negative. So you haven't calculated this. All of you were in this thing that you have to clear CSAT, but you haven't calculated this of what to do to qualify this paper. Sakshi says 28 correct. Some numbers 26, 28, 21 says at least 40 correct. Okay, let us go with that person because you'll be scared about the negative marks also. 40. If you answer 40 questions and even if there are negative marks, how many questions should be correct to score 66? Safe side 40 correct. So if it is 40 correct, 40 into 2.5. What is 40 into 2.5? Somebody please keep the calculator with you all. Open the calculator and keep it with you. So I'm going to totally make everything clear to you. This is what you should think before you appear for the CSAT exam. Because CSAT is in your hands. Don't feel it like a big mountain. It is just an ice sheet. Today we have discussed about glaciers and ice sheets in our current affairs classes. So you are seeing it like a glacier, whereas it is just a simple ice sheet. Yes, somebody please tell me, 100. What is 40 into 2.5? 100. So you really need 100 marks to clear it? Okay. Assume you are making 30 correct and 10 wrong. Then what are the marks? 30 correct? 30 correct. With 10 negatives.
75.
Along with 10 wrong answers. So how much are you going to subtract? If you have 10 wrong answers? Okay. So subtract 40 into 2.5 is 100. So are you going to subtract only 6.6? Please tell me. Somebody please calculate and tell me.
Ma'am, it's 30 correct. It is 75. Your 10 are wrong. Then you have to minus 6.6. So 75 minus 6.6 is 68.4.
Okay, so 68.4. If you're answering 40, okay, please pay attention. If you're answering 40 and if you're getting 30 correct, you are lying at 68.4 and you're qualifying it, right? And what are these 40 questions? These 40 questions are not random questions. They are not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 40. No, you are going to choose these 40 questions from 80. Can't you all do that? So as a UPSC aspirant, can't you all choose 50% of the paper? And there are students who can attempt up to 45, 50 and they are choosing the questions here. When you are choosing which questions to answer, then there is less probability of those questions getting wrong. Understood everybody? So see CSAT not as a bigger picture. We usually tell students to see everything with bigger picture, right? See CSAT like a smaller picture and work for these topics. 40, okay, let's take it 50. Let's make it 50. 50, 45 to 50. You choose this 45 to 50 and in our CSAT classes, I am going to help you. How are you going to choose this 45 to 50 questions? So every day in our CSAT classes for those 2 hours, we are going to have an activity. You will not see this activity anywhere. In other classes, it's like only one side. The faculty will be telling you and you will be listening. Whatever you write it. You go home, you forget it. But in my CSAT classes, we are going to have activity-oriented classes for the 2-hour period. And those 2 hours, we are going to simulate and I am going to help you which questions you are going to choose inside the exam hall. If you practice this one, you are practicing it for the exam hall, exam timing. This is essential for CSAT. It's not about learning the concepts. It's not about doing more number of tests. It is about how we are seeing the questions inside the exam hall. That is what we will do in all our classes. Is this clear to everybody? Clear? Online students, is it fine till now? Now, imagine, get into an imagination. Today is May 26th, 2024. What is the time now? Obviously 2:30 has crossed. We have started the class at the same timing. Imagine this is 2:25 p.m. Okay? You have received the paper and you are told not to open the paper until the bell rings. Okay? Now it is 2:30. The bell has rung. You will open the paper. Tell me what you are going to do immediately after opening the paper. Online students also, tell me what all of you are going to do individually after opening the paper. First, you'll solve passages. Okay.
Select the passages.
Okay, so you'll search for the passages, or you'll turn the pages where you have passages.
All pages and see where the create topics.
You'll search for the topics.
Search for the topics.
Topics. Topics.
Easy mathematics question.
Easy math. So you're going to choose mathematics over comprehension passages.
Mathematics then comprehension.
Okay. You check the entire question paper. For what?
If I fail some topic stuff, I can eliminate.
Okay.
First maths online.
Okay.
Easy questions.
Easy questions. Okay. Let me see some online responses. Tarun says, I will go with reasoning and arithmetic. Sandhya says, search for repeated topics as in PYQs. That is a very torturous task, Sandhya. Jahnavi, go through questions first as in PYQs. Zabar, skim through question paper, marking easy ones, around 10 to 15 questions done in first half hour. Sakshi, I'll start with quant. Yes. Now, this is different to different students, right? You can start with maths, you can start with passages, you can start with logical reasoning, you can search for the topics, you can search for those topics which are constantly repeated, right? But you are going to do this, or suppose you are searching for quant. What will you do if the questions in quant are tougher? You will lose your confidence immediately. First of all, you lost your confidence half because of the paper in the morning. It won't be easy. And when you're relying on specific topic of quant, definitely you are going to lose the rest of the confidence. And your mind, this is a human tendency, right? When we can't do the things which we thought of doing it first, what will happen? You can't apply your mind for the next questions. Reading passages. If you take reading passages as your first thing, the way Kritika has said, if the passages are lengthy, don't you think you're going to waste a lot of time there? Right? So you choose and searching for PYQs. So do you think that you really have that much time and mental status in a positive way to think about, okay, this is PYQ topic, blood relations. Do we have blood relations questions? Yes, no. Then do we have probability questions? Do we have syllogism questions? Your mind won't be in that state, right? CSAT is about being practical also. Practical before attempting the test, while attempting the test, even after attempting the test, in seeing your result and in accepting that you have made the mistakes. It's all about practicality, right? So do not go to the exam hall or do not open the question paper with the previous notion that you will get the questions which you already know. This is the first basic thing. Open the question paper with the thought that you know nothing and UPSC is going to bombard you with shocks in every single question. Have this mindset in taking the CSAT paper. After seeing the questions, you have to decide which one to take. That's why I asked you. Before opening the paper, what are you going to do? This is why I asked you. So it is not about what you are going to do at the time of opening the paper. It is about what you will do after seeing the questions. Am I right? After seeing the questions, you have to decide which one to answer first. That is what we are going to do. So in my CSAT classes, I am going to give you all an order of 1 to 5. I am going to give you all an order of 1 to 5. That means you are going to number the questions as 1 to 5. I am going to help you which type of questions you should number as 1, which type as 2, which type as 3, 4 and 5. And if you are not going to mark the questions from 1 to 5, then definitely you are going to skip those questions. Is it clear? You are going to mark the questions in the entire question paper of 80. You are going to mark the questions as 1 to 5. I'll help you how to do it during my classes. And if you are not able to put any of these numbers to any question, you are going to leave that question. You are not going to answer that question inside the exam hall. Did anybody tell you this technique before? We will work on this technique. And can anybody tell me why did we come up with this 1 to 5 number? Zabar says, then sit for those that seem easier. Another 15 to okay, Zabar. Yeah, tell me. Why do we need this marking of 1 to 5? So after reading the questions, we are marking them as 1 to 5. So the questions which you mark as 1, you should solve them first because they have the highest probability of getting it correct. And as you go gradually, you are already putting into your marks basket that you are already sure of these questions. And the questions which doesn't have, apart from these 1 to 5 numbers, you are going to skip those questions. In the sense, you are not going to waste time on those. Clear? Right? So I'm going to help in this during our classes. Right? Yeah. So the next one is, one more thing why I came up with this number game. Your mind will be inactive in that afternoon period. Right? So as soon as you open the paper, if you give some activity to your brain, you won't stay inactive. Passively opening the paper will make you feel drowsy. Even if you feel that you're not able to attend the questions, you'll feel drowsy. But if you give yourself some activity, if you give the brain some activity of choosing the questions and numbering them, you will stay active because you have already arrived at that thing of how to solve that paper, however tough it may be. Is it clear? Online students, just give me a thumbs up. Yes, Sakshi. Time management, and this also is helping you in your time management because you're not wasting your time. There are students, if they know, see for example, Sakshi has talked about this quant concept. She knows that she can do the problems of quant. Even if she feels that the question is tougher, as she is with the predetermined notion that she can do quant, what she'll do? She'll keep on working until she arrives at the solution because as an aspirant, you have that feel that I have to solve this at any cost. Ego. Okay. I was wantedly not calling it ego. But yes, you have that ego. You question yourself, you question UPSC that why can't I solve this problem? Last night itself I have searched for all the formulas. Leave that ego in the form of skipping the questions because you just need to solve around 45 to 50 questions in the entire paper. And you can comfortably do it in 1 hour 50 minutes. You don't need the entire 2 hours also. You need 1 hour 50 minutes to solve the paper. Right? Yes. So, yes. So this is CSAT. This is CSAT, which all of you are failing to understand. Okay? Yeah. So let us see the questions analysis of the previous years. Yeah. See here. Now, my first focus is on comprehension passages. Okay. Now, if you see the comprehension passages, see the number. Do you see any single digit passages coming up? Single digit questions of comprehension coming up? Double digit? And just with this exception, always it is greater than or equal to 25, right? Okay, now let us consider this. Please open the calculator. Now 25. You have got 25 passages. Let us take a situation where you are getting all the passages correct. I am going to help you make all the passages correct, but before that, let us see from the calculation point of view. Okay, 25 passages into 2.5, 62.5. Okay, let us take you are attempting all the 25 passages but 5 wrong. So 20 into 2.5. How much? 50. Okay, let us take, you are getting only 15 passages wrong. Sorry, correct. 15 into 2.5. 37.5. Okay. Now, how many more marks you need to clear CSAT with 15 passages getting correct? 30 marks. So how many questions you have to solve or you have to get correct?
14 marks. Around 12 to 15.
Around 12 to 15. But consider the negative marks also. Okay, let us take, you are doing other 20 questions because you are done with only 25 passages. How many questions are you left over with? You have 55 more questions to work upon. And can't you derive or can't you answer 20 out of this 55? If you answer 20 out of this 55 correctly, you are in, even if you make 15 correct from the comprehension. And I can confidently say, I told you right, this 100% confidence, this 100% confidence is for one more thing, that from my classes, you are going to lie in this area. With only passages, you will be scoring between 50 and 62.5. So how many questions do you need to solve to clear CSAT? No, you're getting, let us take 20 questions as correct. You're getting 50 marks already. Taking into consideration negative marks also, how many more questions you need to solve from the rest of the 55? It is less than 20. So take 15, okay, roughly. So can't you choose 15 questions from 55? And anyway, UPSC is going to give you free biscuits of at least 10. 10 easy questions out of 80? Yes or no? Even if you can't take, if you can't take those free biscuits, then are you even preparing for UPSC CSAT? It will definitely give at least 10 questions correct out of 80. Put those biscuits into your basket. So you're left over with just 5 questions. Can't you solve 5 questions? I repeat, from my CSAT classes, you are going to lie, or if you are getting 25 passages, you will make between 20 and 25 correct passages. And shall I tell you one more thing? And this is irrespective of the length of the passage, because you are not going to read the passage. Is it clear? It is possible. I will be demonstrating it to all of you. Okay? So, in 1 minute, you can solve one passage without seeing the passage. And this is the heading. Do one passage in just 1 minute. So, when you have 25 passages, 25 questions, in how many minutes you are going to solve it? 25 minutes. Okay, take those extra 5 minutes also. Half an hour. You are done with 25 questions in half an hour. You have got 1.5 hours to do the 55 questions, and in this 55 questions, 10 are easy. So you need to actually do 15 to 20 questions in entire 1 hour, and can't you do it? If at all these 25 passages are correct, you are going to definitely get 62.5 here. 62.5 plus the easy biscuits given by UPSC. 10 into 2.5. Add 25. What is your score of CSAT? Did you any time see CSAT this way? So, what I'm trying to say is, irrespective of your background, do not rely only on comprehension passages. Do not rely only on maths. It should be a mix of both to be on the safer side. And with my techniques, you will feel like having passages more. You will feel like, do we only have 25 passages? I need more passages to answer. You will scold UPSC for giving you just 25 passages. If UPSC gives you 26 passages, plus 2.5. If it gives you 27 passages like 2023, what is your score? 67.5, and you are clearing CSAT only with passages. Plus 10 free biscuits. You will comfortably clear CSAT. So this is how you should see CSAT. Okay. So this is the analysis. See, this is not there actually. So see here, data interpretation. These are the data. You must be going through all this data, right? But the safest aspect is, the first safe aspect is this one, comprehension passages. So please don't fear passages. We are going to deal with the techniques of doing the passages without reading the passage. But we will see the passages if the necessity arises. If the necessity arises. Okay, so we will try to solve the passages without seeing the passages. If the necessity arises, then we will see the passages. Even then, we will not see the entire passage. I'll tell you how to see the passages. Okay, yes. So the next aspect is this, which math students can rely on. But I request math students to do passages also. Okay, because they can't, nowadays they can't totally depend on their accuracy of mathematics options. Okay, answers. Yes, this is about 2023. So if you see the 2023 also, we have 27 passages, and if you get all 27 correct, you are clearing CSAT. Even if you get some 5 or 6 questions wrong, you have 10 free questions given by the UPSC. So you are definitely clearing CSAT. You can just go through this. Yeah, so see here, reasons for failure of CSAT. We have discussed all these things. I told you what should be done after receiving the question paper. We have discussed this also. You are going to skim through the question paper in the first 10 minutes of your time. This 7 to 8 minutes will come with practice. You are going to see the entire question paper. Don't start doing the question paper from question number 1. This applies for GS1 as well as for CSAT. Don't do it. You have to see all the 100 questions in GS1 paper, all the 80 questions in CSAT paper. After that only you should start doing the paper. Okay, we will be seeing this on how we are going to mark the numbers, and then you have to attempt the questions also in that order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attempt the questions in that order. Okay, we are going to have that activity during our classes. Yes, see here, do not think this is waste of time. This way your mind will be active and can directly attack the questions effectively and accurately. Okay, also to give confidence that you have seen all the questions. So you have seen the entire paper by now. Okay, yes, this will be told only during the class, not as a free workshop. Yes, now I'll just give you a small demonstration of how our passages CSAT class is going to be, and I will show you on the passage. With these techniques, you yourself will give me the answer without seeing the passage. Okay, so in every passage, okay, let me not show this because I know all of you will be seeing the screen only without listening to me. Yeah, so what usually happens? Let us take the comprehension passages. Okay, in passages, you will be given some words after the passage in the questions. What is the logical and rational inference of the passage? What is the central idea of the passage? Crux of the passage, right? What is the practical implication of the passage? Logical implication. Okay, then what else do we have? Assumptions, right? Yes. Now tell me, what is assumption? Online students, please tell me, what is assumption?
You believe it
True or not?
You believe it to be true, but it is not yet true, or it is not yet proven by somebody. So assuming in the sense, you are thinking that it can be this, but it is not yet proven to be true. Okay, what is inference? What you are thinking or how you are taking it from your end. Okay, what is inference, online students?
What is your learning from the passage?
Learning from the passage. What is implication?
The possibilities. One among many possibilities.
One among many possibilities. Okay, Sakshi says corollary. What is corollary?
Natural consequence of the context.
What is implication, or what is the difference between implication and natural consequence, Karulri? Sakshi says implication means impact. See, I'm telling you one more thing. Let the passage ask about assumption or implication or inference or logical or rational aspect or crux or central idea. Even without seeing what it is being asked, you can answer the passage correctly. Assumption means before seeing the passage or before writing the passage, think that the author is writing a passage. Before writing it, the author is assuming something and then writing. So assuming is A, this comes before writing W. This is assumption. Before writing the para, author is assuming that is not true. It can be any foolish thing. You see many foolish passages in our CSAT comprehension, right? It can be anything. That is assumption. It's just assuming things which are not true. Okay. The next one is implication. Implication in the sense, obviously, implication and consequence are same. Implication is what is being followed after an incident. So if author is telling something in the paragraph, what is the implication in the sense, what conclusion are you drawing from this passage? That is implication. Inference in the sense, obviously inference is also a conclusion drawn with evidence. That is the basic difference between implication and inference. Inference has evidence, proper evidence of why that is being concluded. You conclude something with evidence. That is inference. Implication in the sense, a possibility of that being a consequence. And same thing is true for corollary. Corollary is something which is just following an incident. If an incident is being described in the passage, corollary in the sense, what are you taking away from this? What is the next aspect of this incident? Clear? And logical reasoning, what are this logical reasoning? Practically, logically, with proper reason, you have to write. So what I want to tell you all is, you need not check, I repeat, you need not check what the passage is asking. Don't check for it, don't get confused. Clear? That is one thing. Next. Okay, so I'll be, during my classes, I'll be telling you all some points, or 9 to 10 points, and you are going to follow these points while you check the options of the passage, not the passage. I told you we are not going to read the passage. I'm going to give you certain points. They are just around 9 to 10 points, and you are going to apply these 9 to 10 points in your options. For example, I'll give you one example. All the statements which undermine India or the government of India are false. I repeat, you're not seeing the passages. We are just seeing the options. All the options or all the statements which are undermining the works of India or the works of the government of India are wrong. First thing. Second thing, opposite to this. All the statements which are emphasizing the role of foreign countries are wrong. I repeat, all the statements which are emphasizing the role of foreign countries, or whichever is saying that if this foreign country enters India, there will be huge development of India. That is wrong. Whenever you see any foreign aspect in a statement, that will not be the answer. Second statement. Third statement. Usually UPSC confuses students by coming up with some statements which are absolutely taken from the passage. Straight lines, same lines taken from the passage. Those are not the answers. That means the answer lies in other options. Understood? For example, you take any statement of, tell me one statement, one random statement. Did we see Supreme Court as a pacemaker? That was different, right? What was considered as judiciary? Okay. Let us take Supreme Court is acting as the pacemaker as the sentence. If that particular sentence is given in the options, you will think that it is there in the option. But that is wrong. That is not the answer. The correct answer of UPSC official key will be something else. This is the third point. Understood? So we are going to discuss these aspects in our classes. And if you take one more point, always and always the correct answer will be that which takes into consideration the broader aspects. Narrow aspects, if a statement is talking about only one segment or narrow segment, those statements are wrong. The statement should talk about broader aspects, inclusive aspects, by taking into consideration two or more aspects. Now, all of you are clear with this 5 points. Now I will show you all the options of the passages. You will tell me the correct answer without seeing the passage. Let us get into demonstration. Do you want to try yourself? Yes, online students, just give me a thumbs up. How many are there? How many are feeling drowsy? Tell me, just give me a thumbs up for this activity now. Okay, I received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5, others are sleeping. Okay, fine. So, look at these 4 options and tell me the right answer. Yes. For every point, think about the points I told you just some time ago and apply and tell me what can be the right answer for this. Okay. A, then C, then C, then D. Okay, then A, B, D are wrong, C. Okay. So nobody has said B. Why? Okay, so we have received different answers except B. So first let's see B. Politicians should be selected from those trained in administration. Will this really happen? You don't think about Narendra Modi ji or anybody. Think about your local politician only. Can you say that no, you have to get trained in administration only, then you can become a politician? Can you do that? So it is practically not possible and it is also not correct also. Okay, so this is wrong. A, we assume that in a democracy any politician is qualified to administer a state. Then can we say this? We assume that in a democracy any politician is qualified to administer a state. Then why do you have certain qualifications to become a politician? Yes, so this is wrong. Next, see, we need to devise a method of barring incompetence from public office. One important suggestion, one important tip I want to give you all is, UPSC will be confusing you all with redundance, double redundance of words. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of redundance? Double redundance. Can anybody tell me? Online students, can anybody tell me? Okay, Sakshi, see, explaining A again for Sakshi. The statement says, we assume that in a democracy, any politician is qualified to administer a state. If we say that any politician is qualified, then why are we giving the certain qualifications for politicians to become Lok Sabha members, Rajya Sabha members? Then anybody can go and take the seat of Speaker of Lok Sabha. Anybody can take the seat of PM or President. We have specific criteria. So, any politician can't administer a state. That is a wrong statement. Okay? Yes. Tell me, anybody knows about double redundancy? Double redundancy in the sense, repetition of the statement, repetition of the tone of the statement, or repeating the words of the statement. That means, bearing is a positive word or negative word? Negative word. Incompetence is a positive word or negative word? So when there are two negatives, you are going to turn it into positive to make it easy for you. How are you going to turn it into positive? Cut, bearing, cut in. What is the word left over? Now read the statement like this. We need to devise a method of competence from public office. And what is it saying? We need to devise. That means it is talking something about a futuristic aspect, a positive aspect. So this can be correct. This is called as double redundancy. And UPSC will give you such statements, such words to confuse you. Even if you know what is bearing, you may not know what is incompetence, you will be confused. So just remove For example, let us take this in another way. Screen is shared, right? Yeah. Let us take this in another way. If the word, see, this is replaced with not. Is it correct? Not incompetent means what? Competent. So that is correct. I just replace the word, negative word bearing with not, which is a negative word. Now remove this not, remove this in. Competent. This is called as double redundancy. Yes, Sakshi, two negative or two positive words together. So this is how you will do. Okay. Now let us take D. As voters select their administrators, the eligibility of politicians to administer a state cannot be questioned. That is totally opposite to democracy. So when you can't question, when a voter can't question, why you given the right to vote? This is a total false statement. So what is the correct answer for this? C is the correct answer. And here it is talking something futuristically, but it is not telling about any one politician. It is talking about public office, which is a broader aspect. Clear? Futuristic, broader aspect is clear? Fine? Yes. Now all those who are given C, very good. Yeah, but I got less number of C's. Janhavi has given the right answer. Who told C in this? Okay, fine, very good. Yes, let us see the next question. Yeah, tell me the answer for this. C, okay. Online students, C. Yes, C. C, C, okay. I'm receiving unanimous answers. Okay, okay. Zabar says D. As A and D are wrong, I would say C. It too sounds absurd. Harika, C. Okay. Let us start from C. Let us start from C. An increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of the people. Do you have any policy or do you have any scheme which says that if you are educated, you will be happy? Are all of you happy just because you are educated? Then simple, I'm talking from the logical point of view. Don't go to other people. Think from only you, your point of view. You are educated. Are you happy? And do you think the illiterate people are unhappy? Our grandmothers, grandfathers spent their lives in the most happiest way possible, even without education. Yes? So this is a wrong statement. Okay, let us see D. B, okay, let us see. Okay, Tarun is also saying D. Yeah, now D. Use of machines should be encouraged in order to create a large leisured population. So you want to undermine the entire humanity only? You need leisure? You don't want to work? So will we have something called employment when we give this thing to the machines? See, you as UPSC aspirants, try to apply your knowledge from the GS. Are we totally okay for artificial intelligence taking away our jobs? Why are we seeing those aspects? Many people are becoming unemployed. Many people are facing unemployment because of AI. So, can we take this as a correct statement? Use of machines should be encouraged. That means it has to be done. It is not suggesting also. Can be done, may be done. It is not saying it. Should be encouraged in order to create large leisured population. First of all, why should the population be leisured? You don't want any work? You don't want to work hard? Wrong statement. B. All economic development should be aimed at the creation of leisure. So you want leisure? So we need economic development of our country, but you don't want to work. You need salary, but you don't want to work. You need money for your family, but all of you should sit at home and watch TV. Is it true? No. Now let's see A. Only an educated population can best make use of the benefits of economic progress. Tell me what negative aspect you're seeing in that statement. Only. I keep on telling you in my classes, don't go with the word only. It can be correct also. Yes. So when all these are false, obviously, even though this sounds absurd the way Sabar has said, this can be true. Now you are doubtful about this. What you should do? Check the passage. But here you are not going to check the entire passage. You are going to check the keywords of the line. What are the keywords? Educated population benefits economic progress. Now in the passage, you are going to see for these terms. Where is economic? So the beginning of the passage is talking about economic. So this article is about economic progress. That is there in the option? Yes. Next one. Then search for benefit. This is there. Next. Educated. Educated. Knowledge. So many times the passage is repeatedly using the word education, and it is also having the word economy. It is also having the word benefits. So the correct answer is A. You need not read the passage. Clear? You'll understand this during my classes. More. Okay. Another activity. So A is the correct answer for that. Yes. Yeah. Read these statements and tell me which are correct. Let's not see this. Let's not see the correct option. Just tell me which statements can be correct. Tell me. Okay. Two, 4, 5. Okay. Zabar has given a response. Okay. Let us see this. India's PDS should be monitored. These words are very, very important. That is the reason I'm stressing. Should be monitored by the union government. If we do it, we are totally leaving the actual purpose of PDS. True? So, wrong. Girls should be encouraged to delay marriage and first pregnancy. Because we are fighting this child marriages. This can be true because nowadays usually girls are delaying the marriage and first pregnancy. This can be true. Okay, next one. Mothers should be encouraged to breastfeed their children immediately after birth. No? It is a fact that the first milk of mother, which is called as colostrum or colostrum, has antibodies in it. So that should be taken by the baby immediately. Within 1 hour or maximum within half an hour of the birth, the child should be taken to the mother for breastfeeding. If mother is not feeling good, if the child is not able to take it, they extract the milk from the mother's breast and that milk will be given to the baby. It is the most important thing. First milk from the mother post delivery is very, very important, and this is a correct statement. I have personally extracted milk from many mothers' breast to ensure that the baby gets that first milk within 1 hour of time. That is very, very important. All of us are healthy because of that first milk. They can't suck. The sucking reflex also will come with this only. It will take some time, but at least we will be taking it and we'll be putting on the kids' lips as well as on the tongue for them to suck. They can't suck. Sucking reflex won't come immediately. It takes around 2 to 3 days for sucking reflex to be developed in the baby. Okay? And even mother can't bear that pain of breastfeeding immediately after delivery. If it is cesarean section, she will be under anesthesia, so she will not know. But if it is normal delivery, while pressing the breast, while extracting the milk, she will have a lot of pain because of hormonal changes immediately after birth. Okay? Yeah. So this is a correct statement, and we have taken this can be correct. The supply of safe drinking water and proper sanitation facilities to all should be ensured. This should be ensured because we need it. We need it. So this is correct. Authorities should ensure the vaccination as prescribed. Yes, vaccination is a positive thing. So even if it is should, yes. So what is the odd one out here? 1. So now see the options. If you take 1 as the right option, let us take 1 as the right option. Only 1 correct? No, because we have found many statements. 2, 3, 4, all the statements are correct. But PDS happens with the monitoring of state governments. So the correct answer for this is B. Understanding everybody? Understood? Yes. Let us see next question quickly. Yes, this will be very, very confusing. Yeah. Tell me. The passage is based on the idea that. Tell me. I'll see who will answer this. Yes, please answer. Everybody, I want to see the responses from all the students. Try it here to make it correct in the exam hall. You guess it is B, okay? Other students? B. Okay, let us not take B. Let us see other 3 options. Man should not work hard. Don't think about any other man. Think about you. You should not work hard. Is it true? False. Let us leave B. Man cannot think well. Can't you think well? Man cannot care for his spiritual welfare. Can't you care for your spiritual welfare? So what is the answer? Even without seeing what is B, this is the answer. And even if you see, the great evil of our age is overstrain. Don't you think this is true? We keep on telling, don't get overstressed. Handle things peacefully. That is the answer. Did you see the passage? No. Next question. 42. Yes, tell me. Yes, online students? C. Zabar A and D are wrong. I should say C. Yes? Okay. Okay, so you're confused between C and D. Tarun says A and B are wrong. Okay. So see, for some questions you have to see man does not seek self. These are not asking for assumption or something. You have to see the questions for these things. You will know. Okay, man does not seek self improvement because that means you want to self improve yourself. You want to improve yourself, but you are not able to do it. Why? Is not intellectually capable. Man itself is intellectually capable. So this is wrong. Has no time to do so. 24 hours per day. C and D is distracted by materialism. As I told you, we should be seeing things from larger point of view. Man is distracted by materialism in the sense the whole human kind is distracted by materialism. Is it true? Are all of us? What is materialism? Because from your faces I understood that you didn't understand the meaning of materialism. Material things. Okay. Is distracted by materialism. Do all the people get distracted by materialism? So, does not seek self-improvement. You don't want to improve yourself because you're interested in material things. Is it making sense? You don't want to improve yourself. For example, you want to buy a large plasma TV. You don't want to improve yourself because you want to buy a large plasma TV. Is it true? You want to buy a car. You don't want to improve yourself because you want to buy a car. It makes no sense. Now see the next statement. Loves amusement. All of us loves amusement. We want to enjoy our lives, right? And is mentally idle. This is self-improvement is not happening. That means mentally you don't want to improve yourself. Mentally idle. Mentally you don't want to improve. If I tell you to smile, will you smile when you are undergoing some pain inside you? That means mentally you don't want to smile. Now you are understanding. So this statement is saying that mentally you are idle. That means mentally you are not thinking that you have to self-improve. That is why you are not seeking self-improvement. Loves amusement? Yes, I like to enjoy. but I don't want to improve because I'm not even thinking of improvement. Clear? Clear? D is the answer. Yes, Zabar, D is the answer. Yes, Sandhya. Understood? Still not clear? Self-improvement begins with you. Mentally idle in the sense you're not thinking. Then how will you improve? Yes. Tell me the answer for this. Aishwarya says A. Okay. Zabar, don't tell me which options are wrong. Tell me which is correct. Huh? Okay. Okay. Online students are saying A. A. Okay. I just told you in my discussion that
any foreign countries mentioned in the question, that question is compulsory wrong.
wrong. Simple. Okay, let us put that foreign thing aside. For introducing any foreign plant into a country, any foreign plant, the soil and climate conditions of that country should be suitable. So if the soil and climate is suitable, will introduce any foreign material into a country? No, it will result in invasive species. It is going to disrupt our environment. So it's not just about soil and climate. It's also about the compatibility of other species where we are introducing these species. So it is wrong. B. As a staple food of a country, tuber crops like potato cannot replace cereal crops.
Wrong statement.
Why?
Tubers like potato, still cereal crops would have grown.
There are some places which totally rely on potatoes. There are some places where the staple food is potato. So cannot replace cereal crops is false. Is false. If in that particular area we can't grow other cereal crops, then what is the solution for them? To depend on potatoes. So it cannot be is wrong. That is one aspect. Second aspect is, don't you think this is a narrow statement which is talking only about potato? It's talking about one aspect for the entire country. Narrow statement, wrong. Then C. Some of the fungal infections of plants cannot be prevented or stopped from spreading across large areas. Is it true? Is it true? So there are, okay, there can be some fungal infections. So can't we stop them? Can't we prevent them? We try to come up with measures every now and then to stop the spread. So it's not like they cannot be prevented or stopped from spreading across large areas. We can prevent them. Maybe it may take some time, but we can prevent them. So this is a wrong statement. Even without seeing D, we can say that D is the answer. Now let us see D. Relying on a homogeneous food source is not desirable. Don't you think this is a positive statement which is saying that if you eat rice every day, is it desirable for you? Can you eat chapatis every day without having any diversification of food sources? You can't do it. So it is not desirable to rely on a homogeneous food source. It is not talking about any one food source. It can be anything. It is not narrow. It is broad. So you should not rely on a single food source. Try to diversify your food sources. Today morning in our current affairs class, we have discussed millets. Millets are advantageous. Can you rely on all the 3 times of the day on millets? No. No. For one day you can do. For 1 week you can do. Can you do it for the entire year? You'll feel bored of it. You have to have the millet supplements in your food, but not always. D is the answer. Okay, we'll just have one more question to see. I'll see who will answer this because this was one of the tougher questions for that year. Yes, tell me the answer for this. B. D. Okay. D. B. Okay. Yes, D. Okay. B and D's. B's and D's. Okay. Ganesh? Huh? B. Okay. Okay, let us take D. Encouraging the foreign investments. Encouraging the foreign investments in our industrial sector is a good alternative to this sector's dependence on banks for credit. So you are undermining your own country's credit and saying that we need foreign aspects. What did I tell you? Foreign, if anything, any statement talks positive about foreign aspects at the cost of India. So D is not the answer. Let us take B, the other unanimous answer. Economic reforms that started in 1991 have not helped in improving the economy to expected levels. Do we hail our economic reforms or do we criticize our economic reforms? We still talk about the suggestions we have taken from economic reforms. Then don't you think this statement is criticizing the economic reforms? Economic reforms that started in 1991 have not helped in improving the economy to expected levels. Okay, you're doubtful about it. Let us take it. Let's take A. Indian banking system is not able to help the country in its economic growth. Then why is RBI coming up with indexes, initiatives every fortnight? So this is wrong. One is that. The second one is this is undermining the Indian entire banking system. So now you are confused between B and C. Now let us take C. India lacks the institutional mechanism to deal with the failure of banks. Okay. So here this statement is undermining India. Undermining India. In what sense it is undermining India? When there is. So India is playing a role in the success of banks, but when the banks are failing, we do not have the proper institutional mechanism. Is that what the statement is saying? Right? So now let us see B and C. So what are the keywords in B and C? Economic reforms, economy expected levels. Let us see for that. Now see. Bank credit, industrial sector, where are economic reforms? Yeah. See, an institutional change that should have followed the economic reforms should have been setting up of a resolution cooperation for banks. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of that? That economic reforms has given us a very good point to take care of banks. And what is the point saying here? Not helped. So, wrong statement. Now let us see why this is correct. In this statement only it is saying that we need proper institutional change. That means that institutional change is still not happening in our country. We need it. So here, even though it is undermining India, it is saying that it is not saying that India can't do it. It is saying that we need it. See, even in our mains answers, we suggest that a proper institutional mechanism is needed to take care of this problem. Yes, that is what this is talking about. So you got this institutional word that is there. What is the other keyword of option B? Option C? To deal with failure of banks. Now check out for the failure of banks. In a market economy with booms and busts, banks should be allowed to be set up and to fail. So the passage itself is accepting the failure of banks, and it is necessary in a market economy to come up with more suggestions every now and then. This seems foolish. That's why I told you passages will be foolish. Understood? Clear? So what is the correct answer? So the takeaway from this passage or from this answer is, whenever we are criticizing the government of India or India, it is usually wrong. But there you have to be very, very careful about what it is talking. Here the statement itself is saying we need the banks to fail. So that is correct. Clear? Okay. Yeah. So understood how our classes are going to be. So we are going to discuss, we are going to have this activity in all our classes. Okay. For the entire 2 hours, I am going to make you answer by coming up with such techniques. So you need not see the passage at all. That is first thing. Next, after these comprehension passages, definitely, as I told you, have to be on the safer side and take care of certain things. And those are some theoretical questions. Okay. See, some theoretical aspects, you should be knowing these. These are safer sides for non-math students. For non-math students, you should be aware of these, and you should be perfect with the basic formulae of profit and loss, of these calendar clock problems, percentages, time and work ratios, basic things. This is for non-math student. For a math student, obviously, they can solve this with ease. Okay. Yes. So this is about the passages. The second part of our class is about aptitude, and that is being dealt by Mr. Pavan. Okay, I'll just give a brief introduction about him. So Pavan came to me 2 years ago for answer writing initiative. So he has been part of my programs since then. And like whenever he needs any suggestion, he'll come to me, and he's a very, very serious aspirant. He's preparing. He's your competitor. So Pavan is your competitor. He is also preparing. He's also giving this attempt, but he wants to help you all with the tricks he has come up with while he has been preparing. He is an IITian. Okay. So he will be helping you all with solving the problems naturally, by using formulae, and whenever or wherever there is a possibility of involving tricks, he'll tell you that also. Okay, he's a very nice person. All of you can treat him like your own brother. You can discuss with him even after the class. The class of Pavan also is going to be for 2 hours. Even after the class, if you have any doubts, you can sit in the classroom, you can talk with him freely, you can call him Anna. You just feel as much free as possible with him. He's a very, very nice person, and I'm very happy that he's associated with FemPower. He has been helping me in institute activities also. Like he always tells me, ma'am, I'm just a call away. You call me whenever you are in need. And I'll really do that, you know, whenever I think that some things are something, because I come from a medicine background. So some technical aspects can't be solved by me. So I'll immediately call up Pavan. He'll be on my frequent dial list. Okay, so thank you for everything, Pavan. And yeah, before Pavan comes up onto the stage, we'll take a break for 5 minutes. Okay, then you are going to know how Pavan is going to deal with the aptitude part. So both of us are going to take care of CSAT, and both of us will make sure that all of you clear CSAT. Okay.
Good evening all. So I'll be dealing with mathematics part of CSAT. So just now I discussed with offline students. How many of you opened your calculators while doing calculations for CSAT questions? Just now ma'am asked, right? What is the amount of, like, what is the marks you will get when you correctly answer 20 questions and wrongly answer 5 questions? I think many of you opened calculators. I need response from online students also. So I'll make sure that by the end of this classes, complete classes, you will not use calculators and you will do it like in your mind itself, because that is basic calculations and you should not use calculators for these things. Okay, coming to CSAT, please keep pen and paper with you, and let's see what UPSC says about CSAT. So this is notification of UPSC itself. So UPSC clearly mentioned the mathematics part will be class 10th level. So I know for sure that every one of you have already passed 10th class, including mathematics too. So we should be comfortably dealing with mathematics part of CSAT. So I will ensure that we should be dealing, like by the end of these courses, we will be very comfortable in handling mathematics part of CSAT. And again, basic questions. Why everyone will fear about mathematics part of CSAT? Reasons. I want every one of you to answer. Okay. One answer is, okay, one answer is like you need to remember a lot of formulas and calculation. Any other answers?
Just not about simple numbers. It involves deeper understanding of the problem.
Exactly. You need the application knowledge too, right? You know some concept. Deeper level. Okay. Any other? Ganesh? Karnaka? Why we usually fear of mathematics part in CSAT? So lengthy questions. Okay. And increasing difficulty level year by year. No calculation part. Okay. So for me, if I shout out the reasons why we fear of CSAT, generally it is about unknowingness of the question. If you see any unknown question, of course anyone will be afraid of to attempt that question also. But CSAT, UPSC gives CSAT questions in a way, even if you don't know anything, some questions like ma'am said, will be free biscuits. So that type of questions, when you read it without fear, you'll get to know, you can solve it very easily. But if you skip them, just because you don't know the concept, that will be like losing a free biscuit. So one is knowingness and fear, of course. The second thing is, as Dimple said, it is improper understanding of concepts. Like you don't want to remember every formula for mathematics. By using simple logics and simple common sense also, many questions of CSAT will be solved. This is one aspect, and another aspect is, of course, getting stuck in a single question. So if you know some question and we know that the concept we already studied came in the examination, as you said, it will come to our ego that we'll stuck into that question to solve it until the answer comes. But that's not the right approach for time management. So if you get stuck in any question, you need to pass it. And the last but not least is, there are vast resources in the market available, they are online and offline, but there is limited proper guidance for CSAT. If you get that proper guidance for CSAT, I'm sure you will feel very comfortable in solving mathematics part of CSAT. And if you know the concepts of, like every year there will be questions on average and distance and time. What is the basic definition of average? Total number of things. So UPSC will have a question on average, but it won't give directly like few numbers and ask us to calculate what is the average of these numbers. It wants us to know the formula for average, and it wants us to know the application part of that concept also. So if you know how to do these things, you'll be very comfortable in, like, it will be like a play for you to deal with mathematics part of CSAT. So in these upcoming classes, we are going to make sure that this aspect will change in your brains. Like when you attack a question on CSAT, it should not be like you don't know that question, or you should not assume that you are not getting an answer for that. Just see the question, try to attempt it. If you are getting stuck in the question, just pass it. But being confident is an important parameter. If you're not confident about that question, single question, for sure you'll pass that question and you're losing a free biscuit if the question comes in the category of free biscuit, or as ma'am said, number 1 category. So these are what we discussed till now. Fears of CSAT: unknown and uncertainty, improper understanding of basic mathematics. Because as UPSC itself mentioned, it will be of 10th class level. That means it is basic mathematics itself. And even if you know the concepts, you need to know how to approach a question. And later, these two things are time management skills. If you practice more, you'll be very comfortable in solving questions like this when you practice more. So how to become confident of CSAT? So first part in becoming confident of any subject, not only CSAT, even if it is in GS also, understanding the syllabus. If you understand the syllabus, you will get to know what is width and depth of the questions that are asked by UPSC. So unless and until you do this thing, you're not going to prepare properly. So first and most important thing in any exam is understanding the syllabus. That will give you subconsciously what is the diversity of topics that UPSC is asking and what is the depth of each topic that UPSC is asking. If you know both these things, you'll be comfortable, right? And second thing is, once you know the topics, you need to understand it very conceptually. And after understanding, to manage time, we should be very focused on problem solving techniques as well as time management skills. These two will come like when you practice more and more, you'll learn how to manage time. So first thing is to understand the syllabus. These are the major topics that UPSC generally asks in aptitude, CSAT mathematics part. So in these topics, like as ma'am discussed, there are free biscuit topics. Like questions from figures and sequences is like a bonus questions. They're very simple and can be solved within 10 to 20 seconds. If you know how to approach the question. And same applies with cube markings. If you imagine properly what are the markings on cube, you'll get the answer for sure. And some years the questions on cube markings are more like even 3 or 4 questions are asked in single year by giving cubes and its markings. And the questions on averages, that you should never leave questions on averages and questions on directions and distances. There are certain topics like ma'am said, which should be attempted and that should not be missed because that are free biscuits and you can easily make sure that they are into your account. If you skip these questions, you'll be stuck with questions which need more time and more understanding. That confuses you also. So once you understand the depth and width of the syllabus, second thing is to boost your confidence. How you can boost your confidence about any subject? Okay, practice is one thing. First thing before practicing is to understand the concept. Proper understanding is required. Okay. Let's see how proper understanding helps in attempting a UPSC PYQ question. I want all of you For sure, try this question now itself. Read it and try it now. Online students, please try to attempt this question. Sakshi already solved it and she has given the option as A. Sanya has given the option as B. Online students are very fast actually. They are giving answers right now. Okay, D. We got A, B and D as answers till now. Answer is? Okay, A. I think online students got A and B also. Some got C. Okay. Only D is left. So now we'll try to see how to solve this question, and please you realize what the mistakes you have gone through this process. Okay. Let X and Y be the volumes, M and N be the masses of two metallic cubes P and Q. So there are two cubes P and Q. Each side of Q is 2 times that of P and mass of Q is 2 times that of P. Let U is M by X and V is N by Y. Which one of the following is correct? So what we need to find out is the relationship between U and V. To find out the relationship between U and V, we need to find the relationship between M and N, X and Y. So if we find this relationship, we'll find the relationship between U and V. Given is X and Y be the volumes. So volume of this cube is X, this is Y. M and N be the masses. Mass M and N. Each side of Q is 2 times that of P. I'll assume side of P is A, then side of Q will be 2A. Okay. And mass of Q is 2 times that of P. We already assume mass is in question itself it is given mass is M and N. And here it is mentioning again mass of Q is 2 times that of P. That means N is 2M. So we got the relation between M and N. We need to find out the relationship between X and Y only. So what is X? Volume. So what is the volume of cube P if the side is A? What is the volume of cube? Okay. A cube, right? What is the volume of Q if side is 2A? That is equals to 8A cube, right? So I can write Y is equals to 8A cube. So I already know A cube is equals to X. So I can write Y is equals to 8X. So we got the relationship between X and Y, and we already have the relationship between M and N. So can you get the answer now? Suppose replace N with M, V is equals to N by Y, right? N equals to 2M by Y is equals to 8X. But M by X is, so V is equals to U, 2 4 is 8 by 4. That means U is equals to 4V. A is the answer. So now you please check yourself what is the mistake that you did. And did I did something beyond what is given in the question? No, right? I just read the question properly. I utilize the data that is given in the question itself. Only one thing I did extra is assuming side of P as A and Q as 2A, then finding the volumes of both of them. And knowing volume of a cube is side cube is your duty. Unless you know this relationship, how to find the volume of a cube if you know the side, you can't attempt this question. Right? So how many of you miss here itself in volume part? Why, like you missed here itself. You don't know how to calculate the volume of a cube. So you forgot to apply it, how to apply it properly. Okay. So now it is clear, right? So not only understanding that volume is equals to A cube, but applying it wherever necessary is the part of solving the question. If you do it properly, the answer will be in your hands. There is no need of like mugging up the formulas, or formulas are required, but their application part is more required. I want you to try this question also, all of you. 59th question. Online students, is it clear? See, all these questions are pre-YQs only. So one answer is it remains the same. Any other options? Online students, please respond. What is the solution for this question? Anyone had any other answers other than C? Or you don't know how to solve these questions? Okay, you don't. There is no shame in saying that you don't know, right? We are here to learn things. Okay, everyone is giving answer as C. So let's see why the answer is C. In a class, there are 3 groups A, B and C. If 1 student from group A and 2 students from group B are shifted to group C, then what happens to the average weight of the students of the class? So what is the formula for average weight? Average weight of class. This is important here. So weight of all students in class by total number of students, right? Till now it is clear, right? So let us assume this is our class and these are three groups A, B and C. The question says one person is shifting from A to C and two are shifting from B to C. So if there is shifting from A to C and B to C, whether the weight of all students will change of the class? So it won't change. Whether the total number of students in the class change? So it also won't change. So the answer is it remains the same. So is it easy or difficult to attempt? But when you see the question and options, it will be a little horrifying, right? There is some kind of technique involved in this. But the simple fact is, if you know the formula and fit the data given in the question into the formula, you will get the answer. The first thing to do is to come out of that fear of attempting questions. If once you get out of that fear, it will be very comfortable. Some questions will take time for sure. We should just skip them. We'll try to see another question. Questions like this need little bit practical like application of knowledge what you already have. There is no need of extra knowledge that you should be gaining to solve this question. Please solve this question, everyone. Online students, is it clear? Someone has given answer as B. Jahnavi as A. Jaber has given B again. Any other answers? Yeah. But the question should have only one answer, right? Any other responses? How many of you are multiplying the entire thing? Okay. Online students, how many of you are multiplying the entire digits? Minimum number of second 5. 1 5. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try to solve this problem now. Please see where you went wrong, if you are wrong. Or how many zeros are there at the end of the following product? It is very difficult to do multiplication of everything in the exam hall because it is time management, right? So we need to know how to approach this question. So everyone of knows that number of tens in the multiplication will be equals to number of zeros. If you multiply 2 with 1 10, the product will have 1 0 at the end. If you multiply 2 with 2 tens, we'll have 2 zeros. So our work to do now in this problem is to find how many tens are there. So here 1 10 is there, and here 1 is there, 10 into 2. Here 1 is there, 10 into 3. Here 1, 10 into 6. Here one more, 10 into 5. Here 10 into 4. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there. So these are visible tens in the question. Some tens will be underlying in the multiplication itself. Like when you will get 10, what are the factors of 10? 10 into 1, or else you can say 1 into 10, 2 into 5. So we already sorted out these things, 10 into 1s. Our duty now is to take 5 into 2s, wherever they are lying in the question. So here 1 5 is there, but I need 1 2 here, so I'll get 1 2 here. So 1 10, again like one more 10 is added. So here it is 5 into 3, I got one more 5, but I want one more 2. Here it is 5 into 5. Here it is 5 into 7. This is already taken, but 4 is left here, right? So I got 2 2s from here. Okay. So I got 2 more 10s, and it is 5 9s. So there is 5 into 3 into 3. I don't get 2 here. Here it is 5 into 11, and here I got 6. This can be written as 2 into 3. I got one more 2 here, but there are many number of 5s, right? So multiply with 2, I'll get one more 10. Do you see anything beyond this possible tens? Right. Total will be 10. So I want responses from the students who has given 12 as answer. How you got 12? Okay. Then first you got counted all zeros. That will be 6, right? Then
I counted all fives. How many fives are there?
okay.
And then one. Already there is 20 now.
Okay. Here 20 is.
We multiply the regular and private. That's it.
Oh, okay. Got it. So now you know where you went wrong clearly. So now you online students who has given B as reply. Now you got to know where they went wrong. Any doubt?
Even if you replace this, answer will be the same.
But he has given answer 12, right? Somewhere it is missing. The basic approach is this: if you try in different methods, it will be okay, but time will be taken. Like more time will be taken. So questions like this wants you to have proper problem solving techniques also in your hand. It's not like the same question will be repeated, but this is how you need to simplify a question to get the answer. Once you know how to simplify things, you'll get the answer for sure within a minimum amount of time. Let's see one more question. See this thing. Try to attempt this question, please. Everyone, including online students. One more thing in aptitude and mathematics questions is, even if you don't know how to solve the problem, once you put your pen on paper, you will understand how to simplify the question. Once you get how to simplify it, you can get the answer for sure. Sorry, what? 0. Okay, I got one answer already. 0. Tarun, 0. So any other responses other than option A, or no response at all? Okay, actually when we see questions like this, it's very horrifying to solve this question. In first instance, when you look at this, it will feel that okay, it's not solvable and I need calculator to solve this for sure. But let's see what we already know and how to solve this using our basic knowledge. So what is the remainder when 85, 87, 89, 91, 95 and 96 is divided by 100? I don't know what to do with this thing. First I'll try to simplify this problem. I'll divide it by 5, I'll get 20. Here I'll get 19. Okay, again I can do it by 4s. Any other thing which can be divided by 5? Okay. It is 17, right? It's 19. So I got 4 and 96 here, which can be divided. So the entire numerator is divided by 100. What will be the remainder? 0, right? Is it clear? Any confusing? Is it easy or difficult? But when you see the question, it feels that it is difficult, right? No? I'm not getting any proper responses from you. Entire numerator is? But okay, if you divide x by 1, what is the denominator? Remainder? Remainder. You divide any number by 1, the remainder will be 0, right? It is divisible by 1 itself. So if you have 1 in the denominator, the remainder will be surely 0. Let's say 100 divided by 1. I'll do it in this way. 100 times will be 100 and my denominator will be 0. Sorry, remainder will be 0. Clear? So once you get clear of denominator, your problem will be solved. Clear now? Actually, this type of question can be solved using one more concept called digit sum concept. Any of you know that concept? It is very easy. Just add these digits. 5 plus 8 plus 5, 13. 13 I want in a single digit. Again add 13. 1 plus 3, 4. Same thing should be done with everything. But in this problem, it is not applicable. I will discuss this digit sum concept, how to solve using this digit sum concept, many questions like this very easily in classroom, okay? It will be very handy actually, digit sum concept. Even you don't have to do all these things. Just within a fraction of seconds, you will get the answer. Okay, this question shows how to manage time in the exam. Try to attempt this question too. Answer? Okay. D. Okay. Any other answers, online students? Want to change? Answer got again D. D. So how many of you multiplied each, like, see the, when first we'll see the question. When a certain number is multiplied by 7, the product entirely comprises only once. What is the smallest such number? So how many of you multiplied every option with 7? You multiplied? Online students? Okay. You divided by 7 options. Okay, you divided 15713 by 7. Okay. The question mentions about multiplied, right? Okay, I'll multiply 4 by 3, 4 into 3. That means 4 should be divisible by 3. Is it clear? Any doubt? We are saying if it is multiplied by 7, it should be divided by 7 also. Is it what you are saying? So I assume that 4 will be multiplied by 3 gives 12. That doesn't mean that 4 should be divisible by 3, right? Did you got? Okay, last 2 digits, check. So there are 2 ways to attempt this question. One is to check what is the question is when a certain number is multiplied by 7, the product entirely comprises only once. What is the smallest such number? So I'll try to multiply every option with 7 and we will see whether the answer is only 7s or only once. So when you see the first option 7 3s are 21, okay, it's 1, 7 1 7, but it's 9 here, so it's no. If I multiply B with 7, 7 3s again 21, 7 2 is 14, I got 16 here, so no. 21, I got 8 here, so no. Of course it should be the answer. We will check it this also. Into 7. So one way is to multiply every option with 7 and see whether the product is only once. Another way is, I'll try to solve in a different way, okay? When a certain number is multiplied by 7, I'll assume a number as x into 7, the product entirely comprises only once. Okay, there is no doubt in this, right? So I want x. I'll divide this by 7. 7 1 is 7. It's 41. 7 5 is 35. It's 61. 7 8 56. If I get to know first 3 digits, the answer will be here. So this question can be solved either of the ways, right? So which way you should go in the exam hall depends on you, whichever way you are feeling comfortable. I wantedly place this question too, so there will be different ways to solve the question, but it's with practice you will get to know which way to approach. So practice is more important in solving CSAT questions. So what happens, like normally any classroom will have a discussion, right? Practice more, practice more, practice more answer writing. What happens when you practice more? Okay. You'll decode it very easily. It will be very easy to solve. Okay. I want in a broader way, like what will happen to you? Familiarize. Okay. Sorry? Calculation will be speed up. Okay. Confidence building. So what will happen, like when you first try to drive a car, with practice you will get to know how, like you'll get skills of driving, right? What will happen in the practice session of driving classes? What will happen to you? You learn mistakes, okay? Okay, easy techniques. What I'm trying to say is when you practice more, the thing that you are doing will transform from conscious level to subconscious level. If once you make anything to be part of your subconscious brain, it will comes out naturally to you. So the main thing for any problems or any like even for mains answer writing, always everyone tries to say practice more, practice more. So if you practice more mains answer writing, you'll subconsciously find the dimensions involved in that question and the parameters that you need to write out for the answer. So with practice, you'll transferring your ability from conscious brain to subconscious brain. So for the importance, so CSAT basically depends on 3 parameters. One is understanding things. Second is, if you understand the concept, you need to know how to apply it. And third and last but not least is practice. So the importance of practice is given by Bruce Lee as this. I'm sure that all of you know already this. So it becomes natural when you practice. So just now I said, right, when you multiply something 20 into 2.5, you are doing it calculator. If you practice more, it will come naturally to you, like how to solve it very easily and not using calculator. Okay. So don't worry, you don't want to put, like as ma'am said, 3 hours per day to practice CSAT itself, because all we know is, all of us know, it's just a qualifying paper with 33%. And I'm for sure in 10th class, pass percentage is 33% only, and all of you get passed in mathematics. So what extra beyond 10th class level is needed is how to apply the knowledge we already have. That we are going to practice a lot in the classes. So finally, I wish everyone a success in the UPSC.
So yeah, just a last concluding lines from me. Yeah, how many of you want to become a topper in your institute's exams or institute mocks? Online students also please respond. How many of you want to top your CSAT mocks in the institutes? Like whatever mock test you take, be it any institute. How many of you want to top them? Just raise your hands and online students kindly respond. Okay. Online students please respond. Just 2 to 3 more minutes. Okay. So only one person from this class wants to top the institute exam. Okay. Zabel, what will I get topping institute? That too for CSAT, ma'am. I just need to qualify it. Okay. Just need to qualify UPSC. I just want to cross the cutoff in UPSC. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever we are discussing in these classes, aptitude will be taken care by Pawan. Passages will be taken care by me. So the tips what we are telling you may not be applicable in all your questions of the institute's questions. So don't feel bad if you're not able to apply them in the institute, because you will definitely make these questions correct in UPSC. So what do you want, institute or UPSC? So we are going to focus and directly hit UPSC and not institutes. If you're answering 25 passages of any mock test of any institute, even if you get zero passages as correct, feel very happy, because that is not UPSC. None of the institutes, not even FemPower IAS, can match the questions given by UPSC. So we are going to directly hit UPSC very strongly. Okay. Yeah. So do not follow these aspects, especially my techniques of CSAT in institutes questions. Okay. And don't feel bad of not clearing it. You will clear it. And after we begin our classes, once you start doing your UPSC previous year questions, you will understand, because you will get all the passages correct. Okay, so this is the disclaimer. We have to go along with UPSC, and even the topics which Pawan is going to discuss are all based on UPSC trend-based topics. So we'll never miss CSAT this year. So to sum up, my way of seeing CSAT is not about which questions you choose to answer. I repeat, CSAT is not about which questions you choose to answer. It is about which questions you choose to skip. That is where you will qualify. So I will teach you which questions you have to skip and clear CSAT. Okay, so we are going to begin our CSAT classes from Monday, and every day from Monday to Friday we are going to have our classes from 2:30 to 4:30, and I want all of you to stay awake in that time period. Okay, yes, thank you.